Imagine standing before a wall where one of history's most dramatic moments comes to life. A gathering of 13 men, a shocking announcement of betrayal, and artistic innovations that would change painting forever. I'm your host from Art Explained Simply and Quickly, and today we're uncovering the secrets of Leonardo da Vinci's revolutionary The Last Supper. This isn't just any painting, it's perhaps the most influential religious artwork ever created. For over 500 years, it has captivated viewers, inspired artists, and generated endless discussion. Even during the 2024 Paris Olympics, this masterpiece made headlines when researchers suggested possible connections to ancient Olympic ideals in its composition, while others argued it referenced the Feast of Dionysus. Such debates show how this 15th century work continues to spark new interpretations and discoveries. Let's begin with the sheer scale of what we're looking at. The Last Supper spans an entire wall of the refectory at Santa Maria delle Grazie in Milan, measuring 15 feet high by 29 feet wide. But size isn't what makes this work revolutionary. It's how Leonardo used that space to create perhaps the most dramatic moment ever captured in paint. Leonardo chose the exact moment when Jesus announces, "One of you will betray me." Look at how each apostle reacts, their expressions and gestures capturing different aspects of human emotion. This wasn't just artistic innovation, it was psychological insight translated into paint. What makes this painting truly extraordinary is Leonardo's revolutionary approach to both composition and human psychology. Let's break down what we're seeing. The scene takes place in a spacious room with 3 windows opening onto a distant landscape. Jesus sits at the center, his figure perfectly framed by the central window, creating a natural halo effect. The apostles are arranged in 4 groups of 3, their movements and reactions rippling outward from Christ's calm center like waves from a stone dropped in still water. Start with Jesus himself. Notice how his pose forms a perfect triangle, creating stability amid the chaos of reactions around him. His eyes are downcast, his gesture resigned yet powerful. Leonardo captures not just a religious figure, but a profound moment of human drama. A teacher who knows he's been betrayed by one of his closest followers. Moving to the apostles, let's examine each group and their distinct reactions. On Jesus' immediate right, we find John, Peter, and Judas. John, the youngest apostle, seems to swoon in disbelief. Peter, always the protector, grips a knife behind Judas's back. And Judas himself, notice how he recoils slightly, his hand near the bag of silver, face half in shadow. Leonardo doesn't just paint their physical appearance, he captures their inner turmoil. Let's move to the next group, James Minor, Andrew, and Bartholomew. Watch how their reactions cascade like a wave. James reaches toward Peter, seeking confirmation of what he's heard. Andrew raises his hands in a gesture of shock that perfectly captures the moment of horrible realization. Bartholomew stands at the end of the table, his hands planted firmly as if ready to rise in protest. The technical innovations here are extraordinary. Leonardo spent years developing the perfect mixture of tempera and oil to achieve unprecedented effects of light and shadow. He wanted to capture the exact quality of evening light streaming through those windows, reflecting off faces and fabric in ways no artist had achieved before. Let's examine the central group to Jesus' left: Thomas, James Major, and Philip. Thomas, the doubter, raises his finger in his characteristic questioning gesture. James Major throws his arms wide in horror. Philip stands, his hand to his heart, asking, "Is it I, Lord?" Each gesture was carefully choreographed through countless preparatory sketches. The painting's perspective is revolutionary. All lines in the room converge on Christ, making him both the visual and spiritual center of the composition. The ceiling coffers, the wall tapestries, the windows, everything draws our eye to that central figure. Leonardo actually punctured the wall with nails at key points to string lines across the surface, ensuring perfect perspective. But this masterpiece also has a tragic story. Leonardo wasn't satisfied with traditional fresco techniques, which required working quickly on wet plaster. Instead, he experimented with a new method of painting on dry plaster, allowing him to work slowly and make changes. This decision would have devastating consequences. The paint began flaking within his lifetime. Look at the incredible detail in the still life elements. Every piece of bread, every glass, every fold in the tablecloth was studied from nature. Leonardo even wrote detailed notes about how to arrange the objects to create maximum dramatic effect. The fallen salt cellar near Judas, a symbol of broken trust, was carefully positioned to catch the light. Moving to the final group on the far left, Matthew, Thaddeus, and Simon. Their reactions complete the wave of emotion flowing through the scene. Matthew and Thaddeus turn to Simon, the eldest, as if seeking wisdom in this moment of crisis. Their gestures create a rhythm that leads our eye back to the center. The symbolism is layered throughout. Notice how Leonardo uses groups of three, a reference to the Trinity. The windows behind Jesus form a triptych. Even the room's architecture emphasizes sacred geometry with its perfect proportions reflecting Renaissance ideals of divine harmony. The restoration history is fascinating. Over the centuries, the painting has undergone numerous restorations, the most recent taking 21 years to complete. Restorers had to remove layers of previous attempts, working microscope to uncover Leonardo's original work. What we see today is about 20% original, but it gives us our best understanding of how the painting originally looked. Leonardo's unprecedented attention to human psychology set this work apart. He studied faces in the streets of Milan, making countless sketches of expressions and gestures. Each apostle's reaction is based on careful observation of human behavior. He even wrote detailed character descriptions for each figure. The painting's influence on art history cannot be overstated. It established new standards for dramatic composition, perspective, psychological insight, and narrative painting. Artists for centuries have studied and referenced it. Even today, its composition influences everything from photography to film. Consider the revolutionary nature of this work in its time. Previous Last Supper paintings showed a static, formal scene. Leonardo transformed it into a dynamic moment of high drama, where every figure contributes to the narrative tension. It's like a freeze frame from a theatrical performance. The measurements and proportions are precisely calculated. The room's dimensions match the refectory where the painting is located, creating an illusion of the space extending beyond the wall. Even the table settings align with how the monks would have dined in this very room. The mysteries and controversies surrounding the painting continue to generate discussion. Some see musical notes in the bread arrangement. Others find hidden symbols in the architectural details. While many of these theories are speculative, they show how the work continues to captivate our imagination. Recent scientific analysis has revealed fascinating details about Leonardo's process. Infrared reflectography shows the extensive underdrawing and changes he made during creation. We can see how he adjusted poses and expressions to achieve maximum dramatic impact. The painting's location in the monastery refectory was crucial to its meaning. As monks ate their meals, they would look up at this dramatic scene, the real tables in the room seeming to extend from the painted one. It created a powerful connection between their daily lives and sacred history. Conservation challenges continue today. Milan's humidity affects the wall behind the painting. Vibrations from nearby traffic can impact the structure. Teams of experts constantly monitor its condition, using the latest technology to preserve this masterpiece for future generations. If you're fascinated by how art can capture pivotal moments in human experience, hit that subscribe button right now and join our community of art explorers. Every week on Art Explained Simply and Quickly, we uncover the stories behind history's most powerful artworks. What aspect of the Last Supper would you like us to explore in more detail? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. And tell me which apostle's reaction speaks to you most strongly. Your perspective might help others see new aspects of this timeless masterpiece. If this video helped you understand Leonardo's genius better, give it a thumbs up. It helps more people discover these incredible stories of art history. See you in the next exploration.